I see Ipob as poorly educated children, not terrorists, Okorocha. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Please, to get more updates from us, click on the notification button. Former governor of Imo State and presidential hopeful Okorocha has stated that he saw members of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra as poorly educated children, not terrorists. All of a sudden, the former governor of Imo State, in the person of Okorocha, is coming out to say he sees the Ipob as poorly educated children. Wow. What's the election no Okorocha? All of a sudden now, he is now seeing them as poorly educated, underlined children. I am so waiting for the clap back they're going to be giving him because I know Ipob, they're not going to close mouth on this one. They will come. I trust them. Let's hear what he has to say. The news in detail, please stay with us. Former governor of Imo State and presidential hopeful Okorocha has stated that he saw members of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra as poorly educated children, not terrorists. This was as he accused the current government of Imo State of mishandling the security crisis, stating that the proscription of the indigenous people of Biafra as terrorists was an unnecessary move. Okorocha disclosed this on Thursday to State House correspondent shortly after a closed-door meeting with the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. Quizzed on the security crisis in Imo State and the Southeast, he blamed the poor handling by the current Imo State government, saying, "Wherever things are not working well, hold the leadership responsible. I was governor of Imo State for 8 years, and within those 8 years, there was absolute peace in that land. Ipob did exist, and all these additional forces existed too. It was the poor handling by the state government that excavated this to what it is today. If I had remained the governor of a state at this time, you would not hear what you're hearing. Ipob are our young men, our sons and daughters, and let no Igbo man tell you otherwise. They believe that they have been marginalized in terms of infrastructure and appointment. They have believed this for a long time, but were able to assuage them and give them confidence that things would get better. But there was no need to have handled the Ipob matter the way it was handled. In the first place, bringing the Air Force and the military into the matter, raiding from the air was wrong, and completely wrong. Just as it is also wrong for these young men to have gone to the police headquarters shooting and killing people too. I do not support any of them either. Today, they have turned out to be terrorists. But for me, I don't see them as terrorists. I see them as children who have not been properly educated on the happenings." Asked if the federal government was wrong to prescribe Ipob as terrorists, he said, the activities of Ipob called for that, but it was a needless action to have even started. Something you can handle and not allow to escalate. If the federal government made them to call them terrorists, it is the state government that made the recommendation and created that image that presented the boys as terrorists. He also declared that a recent episode between him and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission was politically motivated by cowards who would not want to expose themselves. On February 1st, 2022, the EFCC filed 2.9 billion naira fraud charges against the lawmaker representing Imo West Senatorial District. The development came just hours after he officially declared his presidential bid for 2023. Speaking on Thursday, Okorocha said the first charges were politically motivated, which is why he was in the State House to seek the president's intervention to avoid continued harassment by anti-graft agency. He said, "I intimated the president on what is going on between me and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the harassment and intimidation that I'm getting from the EFCC, literally on a daily basis. and to inform him that I have court judgment and 2 court orders for different judgment, which stop the EFCC from harassing and intimidating me. EFCC has refused to obey the law. So, I have come to inform Mr. President that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission should be made to obey the law that established it. And without the law, there would not be an EFCC. And the desperations with which they go about any affair that concerns me should stop. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission claimed that they recovered a sum of 5.9 billion naira from my account, which the court found to be untrue. In other words, they were biased and they prejudged me. On that basis, the court ruled in order that they should not interrogate and harass me further. This has also not been obeyed. Why I say it is politically motivated is that some people are instigating the EFCC to do this, which is wrong. But as to who, particularly the person, must be such a coward who does not want to expose himself. And there are people like that who would not want to expose themselves but stay under doing all kinds of things. I call them coward because they cannot stand up to what they believe in. My suspicion at this point is immaterial. What is more important is that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission should obey a simple court judgment and court order. The former governor, who explained that he was in the state how to demand justice, argued that he's not saying the president avoid being investigated by the EFCC, rather to make the anti-graft agency compliant with extant orders issued by the court. All of a sudden, Rochas is now calling the indigenous people of Biafra. Wait till election no go cause. Wait till election no go cause. I never see him campaign. I think it's going to be good if the saliva comes out from a mouth through where it's sent. I mean, Iwoda should focus on what the majority of the youth desire. That is self-determination. Okay.
All these politicians, they think they are very, very smart. But these are old statistics that the Nigerian people have been able to fish out, that these guys, once it's election time, they can come to your house. Even if you want them to run an errand for you, they will do that just because of what? Because of election. And now, it's like on both sides, it's not even going to favor him. Now they are like he said, that it's a winch hunting or politically motivated with the charges from EFCC. Of course, people know that he's not as clean as he himself is portraying himself. So let's say peradventure now that he does not get what he wants, then at home your people will not even celebrate you, because it is better for your people to celebrate you than for you to be discarded outside and coming inside, nowhere for you to enter. Is going to be so bad. If they have been singing this kind of song that say, oh, Ipob members are not terrorist group, they know it, but they are keeping quiet because they want to satisfy some people. And you know what now? Buhari is saying that anybody that is having any case hanging on him, they will not want to support the person because it's going to be a dent to the party.